Hey guys, it's M4J here and welcome back to M4J Logistics here on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Welcome to the new year as well. Happy New Year everybody. This is the first video that I'm recording from scratch in 2020 and it will be going up on Friday. You'll be watching this on Friday. And with that, quick little update on this series. It used to be Mondays and Fridays, then it was Mondays, then it was Fridays, then it was whenever I could get a video done. From now on, it's going to be Friday nights at 7 PM UK time. This is just so I have more time to work on other videos. You know, Outer Worlds is the only one that is going to be uploaded more than once a week currently. That will change for other videos in the future. OpenTTD, for example, is going to be going up twice a week, but they're quite easy to make. One's always a stream as well, so that makes life a little bit easier. These videos, they're not difficult to make by no stretch. It's more the fact that this and the Outer Worlds and Planet Coaster, they're all very resource heavy videos to produce, and therefore they take a very long time to render. So it just saves me a little bit of time, you know, one less video to have to worry about each week. So that's the basic reason, just being honest about it, to be honest. Too many uses of the word honest there. Just being honest. That's the main thing. You'll have to excuse me as well. I'm recording this during the day, believe it or not. So normally I record these videos quite late at night. I'm recording this during the day, but off the back of very little sleep. So I might be bashing into things and I might be saying really stupid things as well. So you'll have to bear with me on that. Anyway, job market. We are currently in Calais, and I do believe we were going to head into Belgium today. I think that was the one we said we were going to do, and head over to Liège. It is the one I'm going to do. Whether or not it's the one I said I was going to do or not, I don't know, but it is the one I'm going to do because I'd like to explore Belgium, unlock a few more places. Liège is a very good one to unlock as well. Why did I do that? I'm forgetting how to play the game. Oh, I'm in. Okay, I'm in gear. That was probably what was going wrong there. Okie dokie. So we're in Calais. Got to remember I'm in France. Drive on the right hand side of the road. Try not to crash into anything. There we go. That's the main objective today, is try not to crash, because I think I had a bad bump last time out as well, and that was when I was aware of my senses. Today is a different kettle of fish. Oh, man dealer discovered. Sounds very wrong when taken out of context. But yeah, new year. New year. You'll notice new thumbnails appearing on some of the videos as well. Again, the Outer Worlds, excuse me, I made the thumbnails before Christmas, so that's why they haven't changed yet. They probably will change for next week, because I've got a template now which I just reuse over and over again for all the different series. But yeah, new thumbnails. That was one of the things I wanted to introduce this year. I think I'll do a new intro and outro a little bit later on in the year as well, because now I'm editing in higher resolutions. The old intro and outro don't really cut it anymore. They're not particularly good. You might notice some flickering on the screen during those clips. It's something to do with Premiere not quite being able to adjust. Oh, that's my alarm. Okay, Google, stop. Apologies for that. I knew there was something. Silenced my phone, silenced my laptop and all my other devices. I forgot about my home assistant. Okay. And here we go. A 4-hour journey begins with the first wheel turn. I hadn't realised how long this journey was. It's probably going to take about 20-30 minutes real time to get through this. We shall see. A lot of it's going to be cruise control driving as well, so I don't need to worry too much about that. I don't know why I'm so anxious about being tired. I make like 90% of my videos on the back of being tired. I guess it's just because I really hate crashing in this game, because I try and be as good as I can be. Doesn't always work out, as you can tell. So just to do stupid mistakes and end up crashing because of it. I do a lot of those when I'm awake, never mind when I'm tired. Alright, first 4 minutes is done. We're getting a lot of luck with the lights so far. There we go. Right, I can whack on cruise control now. Actually, maybe I shouldn't, because there's a roundabout coming up, which we're going to have to slow down for. Any second now. Nothing coming. Get out of the way. Alrighty. And away we go. And up to 50. Alright. We are on the road. My headphone wire keeps getting caught. One day I am going to pull my headphones either out of my PC or off my head. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure one day it will happen. It's really annoying because my laptop screen, I'm used to laptops where the hinges are on the outside, whereas this one, the hinge is in the middle, and then there's these two like slots either side, and my wire gets caught on those. Whether it's the left hand side or the right hand side, it always manages to find a way to get itself caught. And because I've got quite a heavy laptop, the only way I find out that it's caught is when I try to move my head and nearly rip it off. It's not ideal. Alright, I need this car to go past me. Oh, that was a big bump. Because we are turning left. So we're leaving the coast of Calais behind us, and we're heading slightly inland before turning to the east and into Belgium. Very scenic, very pretty, this part of France. A lot of people give the north of France a bit of a hard time. Apparently it's a bit too much like Britain when it comes to the weather. But you know, I've always seen it as being quite nice. Been to Calais a couple of times, never had a bad experience so far. Is he letting me go? He's not, is he? You are though, aren't you? Cheers, matey. Alright, can I get cruise control back on? I would quite like to get cruise control back on, please. There we go. Then my headset wire is caught again. I'll have to get like a little wire holder and just stick it to the top of my laptop screen and just thread the wire through that, because at least then it should come undone or something if I move my head too vigorously. It's really annoying otherwise, particularly when I'm playing Siege. Siege is always the worst one because I'm always moving around a lot when I'm playing, and there's times where, you know, I've got my headset plugged in and I'm trying to chat to the guys, and I go to move my head, and I've not pulled the headset off yet, but I have pulled my laptop on the floor a couple of times, and one time it landed right on the top of my foot, which was particularly pleasant. That got me killed in the game, that did. And believe it or not, that is the thing I was most worried about, the fact that it got me killed in the game. Just having a quick look at the fuel gauge here. We've got 570 odd miles of fuel. I don't think we're running tired in game, even though we are in real life. So I don't think I needed to stop there. You watch, my guy will yawn now. What's the time in the game? 10 past 3. Shouldn't be tired at this time of day. Very irresponsible. Okie dokie. Is that Calais again? 3 hours 9 minutes. We've been driving for an hour already. Can you imagine that in real life? You just leave Calais and you've made up an hour of your journey. Wow. That's the thing. Pretty much all the times bar one when I've been to Calais, it's been on school trips, One was to Paris, one was to Normandy. I'm trying to remember where the other one was, and then one was just a family vacation in Calais. And the Paris one was it was okay. It wasn't too bad. I think it was like a 3-hour drive from Calais to Paris. But me, I get travel sickness, so driving down to Dover, I didn't feel great. Getting on the boat wasn't actually too bad on the way there. On the way back, it was rough seas, but on the way there, it wasn't too bad. But then the 3-hour coach journey at the end, yeah, didn't enjoy that very much. The worst one though was Normandy, because you get to France, and Normandy's on the north coast. So I was thinking, okay, it's not a huge long drive down into Paris. It turns out it's an even longer huge drive. It's like a 5-hour trip, I think, from Calais to where we were in Normandy, and that's on a coach. Maybe in a car, 5 hours I could do, but on a coach it was torturous. And yet, there's also an element of bias involved, because I went up to Newcastle just over a year ago now to watch Newcastle play Fulham. Probably best not to talk about the actual match, but that was a 4-hour drive up to Newcastle, and it felt like an hour and a half. It was a really quick journey. It's really funny. Time is a very perceptive thing. Can I use cruise control to slow down? Nope. Ooh. Very irresponsible driving there. Is that supposed to be the Channel Tunnel down there? I think it is. I think that's like the Le Shuttle terminal or the freight side of things. 2 hours 27 minutes to go. I'm probably in the wrong lane, considering I'm not actually going that fast right now, although there's a coach right up my backside. I think we're okay. So usual thing, my 1K stream is coming up next week, in fact. I'll be splitting it up into 5 or 6 streams. In many ways I'm really looking forward to it, in many ways I'm dreading it, because 5 consecutive 2-hour plus streams can really kill a person. So I don't know how well it's going to go. Probably okay, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world by any stretch. That was, again, really irresponsible driving. But one of the questions that I've been asked for the 1K streams is about am I going to do more Q&A type videos in the future? And yes is the answer. I haven't answered that question directly yet because I'm saving it for the stream, but this series, part of the reason for setting up this series was to try out the game, because I've played it before in the past and I thought it would make a good series. It kind of fits into my portfolio of games. I do like games sometimes where you just kick back and do simple tasks. And these driving, I'm making a meal out of it, most definitely, but the actual driving element of the game is pretty straightforward. Go from A to B, try not to hit C. So this series was set up mainly to try out the game, but also as a Q&A type series. So people can ask me questions. It doesn't necessarily have to be about this particular game or this particular series. It can be about anything on the channel or anything to do with, myself. Usual rules would apply, of course. Nothing too personal. No social security number or anything like that. But yeah, it was meant to be like a Q&A thing. A way of people to find out a little bit more about me, what my ideas are, what my plans are for the channel, that sort of thing. So again, I'll be answering it more officially in the stream next week, but that's kind of the idea behind this. So I'm always asking for people to have conversation topics or questions or things like that. And I know that not everyone who watches my channel will watch this particular series, but it's kind of, the series was designed to be, there's gameplay going on in the background whilst I talk about random stuff over the top. So at the moment it's live commentary, and I'm planning on keeping it live commentary for as long as possible, but there might be some episodes where for whatever reason the commentary wasn't particularly good, so I might mute the commentary and do my own over the top where I'm just answering questions and things like that. Plus the fact that talking and typing is something I struggle with. Talking and building is something I struggle with. Talking and driving is actually, I guess because I do it a lot in real life anyway, I drive fairly regularly. I usually have passengers in the car, and I can have a conversation with people whilst driving along. That's no problem. Whereas it's not very often that I rebuild a rail terminal whilst having a conversation with someone in real life. In game, happens quite frequently. But yeah, that's the kind of gist of this whole thing. It's just a Q&A thing. It's just a way of me being able to chat about stuff without having to do dedicated videos necessarily, even though this is technically a dedicated series. You get the idea. You get where I'm going with this. So if you watch OpenTTD, or if you're going to watch my Football Manager stuff in the future, or the Outer Worlds, or Planet Coaster, whatever it might be, and you have questions that you don't think I would answer in those particular videos, feel free to ask them anyway. The Discord channel is always open 24/7. There's text chats open for each and every series that's currently running, except for Global Ventures, I think. So I'll have to add one for that. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions there. There is also currently a 1K Q&A channel that is open and will be open until the end of next week. So by the time you're watching next week's episode of this series, I would have started my final stream of the week. Actually, no, that's not true, because I think there's going to be one on the Saturday as well. Pretend I didn't say that. But yeah, you can ask your questions, is where I'm going with this. You can ask your questions. You've got a week and a bit to get them in, so feel free to do that. It's not a case of the whoopsie doodle. It's not a case of the best ones will be answered. They will all be answered in various forms. Some might be combined into like double-length questions, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm not planning on hiding anything. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them. Had some really good questions so far. In fact, it's been really hard to not answer them already. But I did say I'd save them for the stream, so I am going to do that. Is this bit of motorway meant to be shut? Is that why that car was there? I hope not. Maybe it is. Sorry, got a delivery to do. I was not expecting to see that. I'm amazed they didn't pull me over. Oh well, I've got a whole side of the carriageway to myself at the moment. Let's make the most of it, shall we? But yeah, Q&A. Any questions, any stories or anything like that, you know, feel free to ask. That's what it's all about. The 1K thing. So yeah, it is officially going to be next week now. I was considering making it the week after. This week was going to be tricky because it's my dad's birthday, the day I'm actually recording this video. And in 2 weeks' time, the 22nd, is my birthday. So I didn't really want to be doing a 2-hour, 3-hour live stream on my birthday, which some people do. I prefer not to have to do things on my birthday if I can help it. I prefer not to have to do things on most days, to be honest. But yeah, sandwiching it in between seemed like a good fit. I've tried to clear my calendar as much as I can, so fingers crossed that is going to be the case. I'm still debating which games to play on which days, because things like OpenTTD, that's still going to be on a Thursday for obvious reasons. But there's games that haven't been on the channel for a while that I'm planning on bringing back and actually making a stream out of. Things like Space Engineers, which was a big deal. It wasn't so big on my YouTube channel, but on my Twitch channel, Space Engineers is the game that really got me popular. So I'm planning on doing a video on that, well, a stream on that, which will then become a video. And on top of that, things like Minecraft as well. I was considering 7 Days to Die or Payday, because they were streams that I really enjoyed doing back in the day as well. So we'll have to see on those. But it's more a case of finding the right day to do all these games on. So OpenTTD is going to be on the Thursday. I think Minecraft might be on the Monday. Space Engineers probably towards the end of the week. But then I've got things like Train Simulator as well. My friend Josh, who's a long-time viewer, He's very kindly made a scenario for me for Train Simulator, so I'd like to try and get that on a good day, try and get as many people watching that as possible. So yeah, it's all a little bit up in the air. I think by the time this video goes out, I'd have settled on a schedule, because I'm meant to have put them up on YouTube by now, really. Actually set up the streams. So I'll have to do that. I'll have to do that. There's no we. But yeah, it's all in place. I've got a pretty good idea now as to what I'm doing. It's just a case of actually doing it. Oh, balls. I knew I went too far. There we go. Right, that wasn't too bad. That's quite quick, actually. Nice bit of money, nice bit of XP. How are we doing with our loan? We've currently got 59,000 and we need 83,000 in order to pay off the loan. So we're actually getting pretty close. We're getting pretty close. I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, that is the end of this episode, guys. So like I said, it'll be a weekly thing from now on. Every Friday at 7 PM UK time, there will be a video. Like I said, new thumbnails as well, so you might have to do a double take to recognize the videos now. I'm trying to make them as recognizable as possible. I've still got my logo and stuff on there, but beyond that, it's a little bit different. The layout's a bit different. Some of the formatting's a little bit different. You'll see. You know what I mean. You'll recognize the blue and the red, though, hopefully. So yeah, I'm going to wrap things up here. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And, of course, if you're enjoying the series. Like I said, drop some comments down below with conversation topics, questions, ideas, all that kind of thing. Countries you'd like to see me drive in. Any info on mods as well, be really appreciated. Things like, is it ProMod, the one that unlocks Scandinavia, Western Europe as well, Spain and Portugal, anything like that. I'm very keen to expand the map as much as possible, so feel free to drop suggestions for those down below. Besides that, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.